Welcome to episode 1 of my 2022 contest prep series. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, make sure you drop a like for this one. Make sure you subscribe and let's fucking do this. Time to redeem myself. Back in 2019, third place, second place. Fuck that. We've improved, we're here to win, and I'm here to document it all the way through to the end. So I hope you enjoy the content and let's fucking do it.
First things first, let's talk about facts and works. Your boy mash no works. Talk about guns, we on that work. Never. And to make shit worse, I got all 5, that's real blood first. He got zinged and he got burst. Next outcome getting put in the dirt. Dead boy. How the fuck are they king of this? How? When none of them's king and shit. Pussies. It was me who got man yitch that yitch in front of his bitch. Oh no. Now we glad we bruised that witch. Spot me your up man's letting it rip. War is war, no settling this. They never got touched, they ain't telling you this. Yo.
I think I'm going to take my progress pictures for this year in this spot. Nice dark background for a light skin like me. This is going to be the prep corner. Although right now it's fucking Baltic this morning, so I've got to get my thong on outside as it's freezing. I don't really want to do that. You've got to do whatever it takes. So we're going to get fucking naked, take my progress pictures and show you what we're looking like. 21 weeks out from my first show. I'm 185 pounds this morning, so that was almost, I started at 168, so I'm 17 pounds heavier than what I was in 2019. And I would like to sound in better condition than what I was in 2019, but obviously you can be the judge. Enough waffling from me. It's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm standing out here talking like a lemon. Let's just take these fucking photos and crack on with the day. Come on, Georgie, wait, give it. Go. Still got my thongs from my 2019 prep, so we're gonna put these bad boys on. These want to smell? Smell the smeg, mates. Yeah, who remembers these sparkly bad boys? I'll get some new ones this year, of course, but these are just my practice ones. Any of you want to buy them, feel free. If you want to buy them, drop me 500 quid in it, boy. Look, get a sniff of diesel as well. Go on, lad. 500 quid, yeah? Because you get some of those fucking weird cunts online that buy this sort of shit. 500 bar, all yours. And I'll make sure I'm spunking them as well for you. 3 isolates I'll be using throughout my prep. So all my protein that I'm using now is just whey isolates instead of whey concentrates. I'm gonna miss you, baby. I'm gonna miss you. You stay there. You just stay there and you relax. I'm gonna miss you. I'll see you soon. Don't worry. I'll see you soon. If you're in date and you've not gone off. Love you. So yeah, a few proteins that I'm gonna try. Yummy Sports. I had the caramel biscuit one. That one was absolutely delicious. Didn't have it in stock annoyingly, so I went for the milk chocolate one, which I'll give you a full review on. Isolate's always great, easier digesting, especially when I think about in my 2019 prep, some of the issues that I had was my digestion, and I certainly felt like it was due to one fuck, man. Fucking I certainly think it was down to artificial sweeteners that was causing the problem, and also I was having a lot of whey concentrate, so reverting to whey isolate instead. Yummy Sports milk chocolate is the first one that I'll be using. Probably my favourite isolate on the market right now, Velocity Whey. Got the custard cream flavour, although I've never tried it. I've tried the caramel chocolate flavour, I think it's called, and that was splendid, absolutely delicious. I'm excited to see kind of what the custard cream, I used to love custard creams when I was younger, and bourbons as well, or bonbons as some people fucking call it, you weird cunts. Last but not least, the raw one, cookies and cream flavour. Gonna see how I've never had the cookies and cream, but this is a mixture between an isolate and a hydrolyzed whey, so very, very easy absorbing. I'm not sure I was in the frame then. A very easy absorbing protein to be using. So per serving is 25 grams of protein. Most isolates normally are like 25 grams of protein per serving. Whereas, for example, like the Perform Whey, I think per 30 grams is 21 protein. On this, per
30 grams is 25 protein, so you always get a little bit more protein in the isolates. I don't think they taste as good, however, I think they digest better, especially if you are in a diet, if you're in a prep phase like myself. You want to preserve your carbs, you want to preserve your calories. So, yeah, something to consider if you are in a diet, of course. If you're not, who gives a fuck? Enjoy it. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your food. You're the right boy. Fucking enjoy it. It's first day of prep. Still fat as fuck, as you can see by the cheeks. These ain't lean anytime soon. But we're in for deadlift day 1 of prep, deadlift day. Nothing really changes, I'll be honest with you. The same rules apply. I'm still the same sort of mindset where I'm looking to progress a lot of numbers. Like, not much really changes over the next probably 10 weeks or so. I'm still same mindset, same approach to every single session that I do. My food is still relatively high. Yeah, it's a little bit less than what I usually would eat before I train, but I still feel good, I still feel energized. I actually probably feel a little bit better because I've had less carbs going into this session, so I don't feel as lethargic, as tired as what I would usually. Yeah, I'm just going in with the same sort of mindset. I've got a lot of numbers that I want to beat today. Obviously, we've got the stiff legs, so last time you saw me stiff leg, I got some advice from Kuba about actually having a block underneath, or should I say, pull off a block rather than pulling off the floor, just simply because I struggle to get down into that knee flexion, or my knees flex as I go down to do a stiff leg. So we'll try the block today, see how that feels. I tried it last week and it went pretty well. So we're interested to see kind of how well I can progress that throughout this off season, throughout this fucking prep. I can't wait to get deeper into prep and I start slurring my words even more, and I just talk fucking absolute shit, even more so than what I do. Can't wait for it. So we've got that, we've got the NutriGrip pull down, chest supported prime row, single arm gym shot pull down, rear delt, bicep, and then another bicep curl. So it should be a good session. Motivated as ever. Rest day either side of leg day. I keep fucking up my words. I'm not starting again. It's not a leg day. Today's a pull day. Rest either side of my pull day, my hip hinge day. Oh yeah, I'm also wearing the Natural Bodybuilding Worldwide jumper. Thanks AJ for the jumper, I really appreciate it. But yeah, we're going into it. Fucking head is on. I've taken the pre-workout. I'm fucking ready for it. I'm probably going to hop on the Stairmaster for 5 minutes, get a bit of blood flow in the lower half, get the deadlift bar, which I can see is available, which is nice, and then get fucking warming up. So what I might do is I might do what I did last time. A little bit of a voiceover, a little bit of training, raw footage, whatever it might be. I ain't got a fucking clue. I shouldn't be worrying about that right now. Let's do it. 21 weeks out. I've even wrote in my logbook now. Up here, 21 weeks out. So I know. I'm fucking ready for it. Let's do this. What I've done is I've used these little blocks here just to elevate it a little bit. It's only about, I'll probably say an inch, maybe an inch and a half off the floor, but I think that's going to make a massive difference. If not, I'm going to add, like similar to this here, I'm just going to add like 2 blocks like that, and I think that setup will be okay. I hope. Welcome to this voiceover. I hope you're all okay. So, got some good feedback last time on doing this style of voiceover, so I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to review my clips on the screen here and just talk through the actual session itself. So, this was today's top set on the block pulls. Did 180 for a set of 7, I believe, which was 1 rep up from my previous attempt. I did decide to add another block. As you can see, I've got 2 of those pads rather than 1. I just wanted to see what it felt like. And I must admit it was easier just because obviously the range of motion's a little bit shorter, but it also allowed me to keep my hips nice and high. Because obviously previously I was guilty of creating a little bit too much knee flexion. I'll try and link the video up where Cuba mentioned to me about pulling from a block. And that's what I exactly did here. So yeah, happy with these. It allowed me to keep my back tight, allowed me to keep my hips nice and high, and not create too much knee flexion as well. So my sort of warm-up protocol on this was I did 60 kilos for like a set of 10 to 12, 100 kilos for a set of like 8 to 10. Then I would do like 140 kilos for, let's say, 3 or 4. 160 kilos, I'll probably do 1 or 2 reps, then I'd go into 180. So as always with the warm-up sets, preserve your energy for what matters. Don't be wasting time on warm-up sets. Like I see so many people do like 20 rep warm-up sets, and I'm thinking, why? Like, that doesn't contribute towards anything. Yeah, you might be warm, but you've already pre-fatigued yourself, right? So always preserve yourself for what actually matters, and that's the working set. So that was good. I was happy with that. That was just one working set. I'm going to continue with that setup next time. It will be interesting to see kind of how well I can progress throughout the prep with that, and also retain it. Like, I'm really trying to retain 180 as best as I possibly can. I then moved on to the narrow grip pull down, as you can see here. I try and keep my elbows in front of me. So this side angle that you're seeing right now, I try and really think about keeping my elbows in front of me like this, rather than being out like this, just to target a little bit more lat. I also try and keep within my active range of motion, so I don't overextend at the top here like that. I try and just stay within that fixed position, that fixed plane of motion. I let my arm just naturally go up within it. I've got quite short limbs anyway, so my range of motion isn't great, but just kind of staying within your range of motion is going to allow you to keep the tension on your lats rather than making your biceps be more dominant or whatnot. I need to trim my eyebrows. Jesus Christ, just looked at that. I need to get them threaded. I remember having them threaded once. It was fucking painful as shit. Following that, we moved on to the chest supported prime row. Probably my favourite exercise, or favourite back exercise at the moment is this. So as you can see, I load it in pin number 1, which is the mid-range. I'm always find it comfortable in the sort of mid-range, so it doesn't, I don't find it hard getting it short, or I don't overly stretch out and make it half myself. So I prefer pin number 1 on this. As you can see, like, not probably from this angle isn't the best, but I don't necessarily always keep my chest. I mean, my chest is on the pad, but I don't focus on pushing my chest into the pad, because, like, in order for us to progressively overload, and don't get me wrong, I'm always accurate with my training, but sometimes I need to remind myself, like, if I want to get strong, if I want to get bigger, I've got to throw a little bit of weight from A to B. Like, there's no harm in doing that. If your form is absolutely dreadful, then it's a different story. I wouldn't say my form is bad at all. I think my form is very good on majority of things, but I still do believe in, like, you know, it's like doing a barbell row. If you're doing a barbell row very strict and you're, you know, don't want to break down in form, then chances are you're only going to do 1 plate 60 kilos a side for the rest of your life, and nobody wants to fucking do that, right? Really like this gym shot pull down. So I do a 1 count in the length and range. So as I'm extending out, 1 count length and range, think about what I'm doing in this initial position. So think about, right, driving or pulling from my elbow, contracting the lat. I like to, you can't see it from this angle though, but I like to lean to one side. So the machine comes down like this. So what I do is, imagine if I'm sitting in the chair right now, is I actually lean to one side like that, gain a little bit more range of motion, and then try and drive that elbow down close to my body. So I'm not coming out here like that, I'm not coming out here like that, I'm leaning to the side that I'm pulling from, as you can see from this angle actually, and then I'm thinking about driving the elbow down to the hip. That's all I'm simply thinking about. So yeah, really one of my favourite exercises at the moment, and again, working unilaterally I think is important for symmetry and balance, especially if you are looking to compete. Even if just in general, you know, you should be doing some unilateral movements to make sure that you are symmetrical, and it just doesn't look good if you've got one lat big. I mean, we're all going to have imbalances by any means, we're not always perfect, but little things like this can definitely help. So 2 sets on that, 1 set of 8 to 10, and then 1 set of 12 to 15. I then moved on to the reverse prime pec deck. Everything is absolutely flying at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm in a good mood, or whether it's because my calories are lower and I'm able to perform at, I don't know, a better level. I've had this before, yeah, where I've dropped my food, even if it's gone down to like a maintenance, or if I've gone into a deficit, all of a sudden I start performing better. Like, I was 4 reps up on my, 3 reps up, sorry, on my back offset on the pull downs. I don't often do that in a surplus. So It could be down to me being in a deficit, it could be down to me being in prep. But either way, I'm fucking taking it. It's a fucking good session so far. When things are moving nicely, it's always a fucking sick session. Come on. Now I think I overload it in the shorten range, no, or the lengthen range. So I don't know why this angle's so like slow. I think I accidentally played around my camera and then the frame rates are fucking, looks like it's slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think an absolute must is a rear delt fly. If you've got the prime pet deck, I think it's one of the best reverse flies and pet decks in the fucking game right now. And I really do believe in isolating your rear delts. Like if you want a big, even just big shoulders in general, a lot of people neglect the rear delt. I like to tag it on my pull days. Some people do it in their push days. Onto my favourite bicep exercise here. So what I actually do in the chair is I just let my arms naturally hang. I just let them hang, and for some reason I get like an amazing burn when I do this. Like when I tell you my biceps are fucked every time I do this exercise. So as you can see here, I've got it in like a mid to high sort of incline. And then really think about overloading and controlling the eccentric portion, because what we need to remember with a dumbbell movement is you're not always going to have constant tension at the bottom. So really overload the eccentrics. What I did decide to do here is I started to sort of do a little bit of a twist at the wrist, as you can see here, just to play around with it. Actually felt really, really good. But as you can see, my arms are just hanging and I'm keeping my elbow in a fixed position. So all I'm just simply doing is just curling. I then move on to my second favourite exercise, which is the drag curl. So cues for this is, I actually got this from Nick Gloff, is I'm trying to think about keeping my arm behind me. And imagine having like a walnut in the creases of your arms. You're actually trying to break that walnut. But the thing is, the arm stays in this fixed position like this. It does not move from this angle. I see a lot of people just do this. Like, what the fuck is that? Keep that arm fixed. And the range of motion is shorter, but you're fully lengthening and contracting the bicep. What I also like to do in the lengthen range of the bicep is actually try and think about contracting my tricep. So in this sort of lengthen position here, I contract my tricep. That means I've fully extended or stretched my bicep, and then I'm just keeping that range of motion nice and short. So yeah, was a really good exercise actually, really good session, thoroughly enjoyed it. I made tons of progression in this session, which I was super happy about. So going into this year's prep, you know, if I can retain numbers as much as I possibly can, then we're going to be in for a fucking winner, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. If you do, please drop a like, support the channel, and yeah, let's fucking do this. See you in a bit. And that, my friends, is going to conclude episode 1 of this prep series. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have so, comment down below. Blow mouse if you've watched the whole thing. As ever, I appreciate everyone's support. If there's anything you guys want to see, hit us in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, GeorgeOsmond12. And yeah, this year's going to be a big year. It's going to be big. What? I'm so shit at speaking to the camera. I can't. I've been doing this for fucking...
Never thought, mate, after all those fucking years, lad.
Yeah. You think I'd be class. But I do this about 3 or 4 times. Anyway, I ain't going to fuck it. We're just going to keep this in. Alright, lots of love. And I shall see you guys in episode 2, where we'll fuck shit up even more. And who knows, we might swing some cunts. See you in a bit.
Listen, look. I'm a London scammer. I see it, I want it, I click it. Nights in the bando, pirates whipping. Next day, man started clicking. No boo and waitress tipping. Bad B, come and take this dinking. Codeine, that's what I'm sipping. Money, that's what I'm missing. Look, I'm a London scammer. I see it, I want it, I click it. Nights in the bando, pirates whipping. Next day, man started clicking. No boo and waitress tipping.